All right. All right. Good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Idafi Matthew. So I know you love to call me the Elegbete one of sports. And some other times you love to call me anything you like to call me. But my name is Idafi Matthew. And I love that name. That's my given name, right? Okay. You can follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and every other place that is available to follow. Okay, so this is the Sports Buffet, and you know how the Sports Buffet is. It runs on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, or say Monday to Friday. And on the show, I believe, okay, I always say that people should work within their area of strength, and my area of strength is analyzing football or sports or issues. So that's what I focus on, right? I believe that, everybody who's following the game, I follow the game one way or the other. I have a question or two to raise or a comment to bring up so that we have fun. It's 1 hour, okay? We're meant to have fun because somebody asked me to explain the dynamics of the show. So this is not a show where you come and we give you news segment, this one segment, reporter segment. No, that's not the show. The other radio, there are other programs for that one. Yeah, we all come together as friends. Hey, why should I see you? Abuja very soon. We'll meet again. It's just that every time I come into Abuja, we just kind of like miss each other, Shabo. But this time around, I'll be in your face because I'll be working in your house. I'll be working inside your house. So you know what I mean by inside your house. I'm not mean like your family house or that's private. I'm talking about your workspace. I'll be in your workspace. Like we were in each other face in Cameroon. I'll be in your face this time around. Abuja, Ghana, and then back to Abuja, and then before I'll give you space for a very long time, and then we'll see later. But that said, thank you very much for sparing time. I know how busy you are as well. Okay, so we get together here as friends and family, and we talk about the major talking point that I've gone on in the beautiful world of sports, and sometimes we can travel memory lane and we can do all that. So tomorrow there's a big question that everybody's throwing at my face. Like I've had countless people send me message on this subject, the subject of Kingsley Obieko. On tomorrow's show, myself and Emmanuel Sebastian will break it down. But let me just give you guys upfront. This culture of anytime a footballer is having issue or anything, an ex-footballer is having issue, we want to blame the NFF and all that. I think either somebody miseducated us, misinformed us, or we've been misled for too long. And it's time that we reorient ourselves, re-educate ourselves. And it is not hard. It is not a difficult thing to go through to re-educate yourself or reorient yourself. So the first thing you do, okay, this is my go-to move. When something happens in Nigeria, the first thing I do is I go online and I check how other countries deal with such situations. Whether it is a political issue, whether it is a religious issue, whether it's a social issue, anything at all. That's the first thing I do because I want to be on a fair ground when I'm giving my comment, whether it's on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, or my radio show. I want to be on fair ground. And then there is also the part where you have your own, like there are some things that you're very, very informed on. Nigerian League, for instance. If we're talking about Nigerian League, I don't need to go search anywhere. It's my league. I played in the league. I'm part of the league. I've been part of the league. I've been reporting the league like almost all my life. So I can give you a very strong opinion, and you might not like it, but it's my opinion, and I feel very strongly about it. So I've got like so many messages. Somebody will accuse me that because Kingsley Obieko is Igbo, I don't want to talk about it. That if it was from the south, I would have carried it on my head. And that really touched me because you don't think about tribe when you're talking sports. Yeah, I mean, when you're talking sports, the thought of tribe, where a person is from, doesn't cross your mind. That's the last thing you think about. But, you see, Kingsley Obieku's issue, and as much as we will deal with it tomorrow, all these people that are sending me message on WhatsApp will feel disrespected if I don't touch on it. Kingsley Obieku's issue deals with a lot of things. One, personality, what kind of person he is. Two, management of resources. And resources is not just about money. Thirdly, misappropriation of ideas by Nigerians. We claim that we're not a rich country. But at the same time, we believe that our footballers are entitled to a comfortable life, irrespective of how they use or spend their resources after they retire. So the point you played, that guy played about 6 or 9 games. He didn't play up to 10 games for Nigeria, okay? But the point I'm raising here is there are countless foreign players that are broke. Nobody talk about their FA helping them or not helping them. It is just normal thing. And the same way soldiers go to the serve in the army and come out, and then some are very successful, some are broke. The same way in this media that we're in, there are many people who go through the same process that I went through, probably left or got fired and can't even buy a microphone. I have over 20 microphones, over close to 40 cameras. It's not because life is not hard. Life is hard for me just the same way it's hard for everybody. It's just that from the get-go, I set my priorities. I, was throwing money somewhere. And also making friends with people, because the biggest currency you have is the friends that you connect with. You know when a friend is good and when a friend is not good. Okay, you know when a friend is not going to help you. Now, let me also add that you look at the current Super Eagles, I've not seen a bunch of disgusting human beings like them. I pray that all of them end up very successful. I pray that all of them are fine. I pray that they live well, they invest their money well. 10, 20 years down the line, if these guys, because if you are told Kingsley Obeku 30 years ago in Atlanta that this is what's going to happen to him, nobody would believe. But 10, 20 years down the line, if any of these guys who are in these current Super Eagles begin to live hard life and somebody comes out to say something, I will have issues with people. But one of the salient points that nobody is ever looking at is who told Nigerians that an ex-footballer cannot be a bus driver? Who told Nigerians that being a bus driver is a low life, is a bad life? Who told Nigerians that? Who told Nigerians that the go-to response to any ex-footballer that is not living well is for FA or people to raise money for them? Is that not encouraging laziness, lack of creativity, lack of responsibility? Because once every footballer know that, if don't worry, let me be blowing away my money. Once I blow it away, the next generation of footballers, they owe me because I play for the country. They owe me, they will give me money. That's a sense of entitlement that we're creating that is not right. When we're not living in an era where even parents are telling their children that, look, this money that I'm making it for myself, I'm not making it for you. I'm going to give you education. What you do with the education is yours. Bus is business. If we can consider Uber driving a business, why is bus driving not a business? Can people grow in the bus business? I hope that now that Ahmed Musa gave him 2 million, and maybe other well-meaning Nigerians are going to give him money, he should buy more buses and increase his fleet. But please, stop sending messages to my WhatsApp and say that Amaju is my brother, Amaju is my friend. I should talk to him. Amaju is a failure because Kingsley Obeku is a bus driver. I don't understand. He wasn't elected to do that. But Gascoigne had drinking issues and was almost looking like 90-year-old even when he was 50. The English FA did not contribute a dime to his rehabilitation or anything. The world did not come down crashing. Do you know how many sportsmen that have gone from highs to low? Eboué was broke. Jack Wilshere just signed a contract to earn £5,000 a week with a Danish club to the end of the season. If that's a Nigerian player, will be complaining, right? So sometimes let's not, create this thing that is not right. I have friends that are bus drivers. They are men with dignity, honorable people. I go to their house, they come to my place. Well, friends, as a matter of fact, let me tell you guys this, okay? When Brilla sacked me in 2017, I had a Camry that I was driving, a green Camry. Those of you close to me will remember this very well. I had already started the process of using that car to do Uber. When Larry Zamoje got court papers to seize the car from me. So it's not that so if you had seen me driving Uber, you say, oh, that's on radio, it's not driving Uber. There's no shame in it. It's labor. It's labor. The only time something is wrong is when you're not willing to work. God did not specifically say the type of work he will bless you. He said, I will bless the work of your hands. So anything you do that is legitimate and right, it's worth appreciating. It's worth celebrating. Okay? That car was seized from me with all of the wickedness in this world. I didn't complain. You didn't see me brag about or make noise about it on Twitter or complain. That's a car I paid in full for. I paid in full. That was my car. But somebody decided to use powers that God did not give to them. I didn't go out complaining. I didn't lament. I dust myself up. I moved on. Go to my savings. I bought the black Honda City that I drive now. Okay, even though it's packed up there. Why do people come and say, "Oh, that you're checking, then there's a problem"? There's no problem. So we should desist from this entitlement quote that we're giving to our players. I think we'll talk about it extensively tomorrow, but I've had too many messages, like, God, a barrage of messages that I don't want to talk about it because it will affect my guy Amaju. Listen, Amaju is my guy. I'm not going to deny that. But how does Amaju have anything to do with a player, an ex-player that is not a taxi driver? I don't think that's normal. We should stop it. We're not. Rich countries, Americans don't do that. We've seen a lot of ex-basketball players that are living broke. Allen Iverson is broke. Thank God for the kind of contract that his manager signed for him that made part of that is Reebok money to be saved up that would allow him access to the money when he's 55. And then he gets $1 million out of that money every year, and that money is still taxed and all that. That's the reason why he's living. If not, he would have gone into cracks or something. So let's not create a system that is not right. It's our country. Nigeria is good. It's for all of us, our children and their children and their children's children. Let's not create a country that where people like, you know what, the best way is, let me go play like 5 or 6 matches for Nigeria, and I'll wait for the future, and then just show up one place, I'll be rolling with viral, somebody will snap a picture, put me on social media, and then they'll start donating money for me. Let's not create a culture like that. It doesn't work. Okay? So let's cool down with this whole blame. And see, the pity party will not last. Anything that is on social media, I always tell my wife that it's not gonna last. Give her 1 month at most. Another topic, Buhari will do something that will make her forget it. Or Tinubu now that is trending will do something, or Abakari will do something, or Dino Milai might just show up now with his bulletproof vehicles and do one thing, and the matter will end. People will overlook it. So don't bank on social media to live your life. Rather, do what is nice, what is right, and work hard and be consistent at it. If a man plays to that high level, let me just give a very good example. There is a book waiting to be written that can give him between 30 to 50 million that he has not written. Because if he tells us the story of you think it's only that a story that people wants to buy. There are so many stories. They can do a biopic, a documentary series on him. But he just chose not to do that and is working diligently on his own. Most every ex-footballers drive private jet. Most every ex-footballers live flamboyant life and go and stay in Banana Island before we know that they're ex-footballers. I don't really get it anyway. But let's move on. The weekend was very, very exciting. The weekend was an explosive one full of, shocks, surprises, and different things. My team were working in the UK over the weekend, and it was a good one at the Emirates. And then Arsenal won, but that wasn't the real deal. We shadowed the Gabon, his movement from his hotel in Paddington and down to the Emirates and back and everywhere. It was a good time out. And then I came back, and the one that was shocking was that I saw the Barcelona game, and I saw that Aubameyang scored 2 goals. Then I landed and went to bed and sleep. I woke up this morning, and I'm seeing, British media saying that he scored a hat-trick. And I'm wondering, that goal was Pedri's goal. Why is it looking like he was the one that scored it? Well, guys, it's time for you guys to get in on the show anyway. The number to call in is 07025000069. That's the same number. You can send in your message on WhatsApp. So please, if you're sending me a message, just send me a message concerning Kiss the vehicle, because I think I've addressed that extensively. Tomorrow, I guess we would put a final nail on that and let the matter rest. I don't think the man is suffering. It's a bus driver. What is wrong with it? There are countless and millions bus drivers in Nigeria, and they're living well, training their children, going to school, living their life, paying their bills. So I don't think why we think one ex-footballer that become a bus driver is a problem. Let me tell you, there are a lot of ex-footballers in Europe who are Uber drivers, who are working in hotels as doormen, as valet packers, and the rest of them. Nobody complains. It's just normal. I've seen ex-footballers working in bookshop in Europe. I've seen them working in a cafe. I've seen them do truck driving. It's not a problem. So it shouldn't be a problem in Nigeria. We should try to be normal in the way we live our life. Having said that, Arsenal is gradually grinding results. Then Manchester United gave us a shocker. Not really Manchester United. They beat a team that they should beat. But Leeds United is one of their eternal rivals. As you can see from the game, we saw the highest presence of police men for a Premier League match. It was a record. 9,000 police officers were called to duty for the Leeds United Manchester United match at Elland Road. But Manchester United won the first half by 2-0. In the second half, Leeds United came back and took the game. But then the porous defense of Leeds United will always undo them. And so it is. They conceded 2 goals, and Manchester United won 4-2. Of those 4 goals, Cristiano Ronaldo was not in on any of the goals. But I saw him run and walk. I must give him credit. But one of the things that still keeps surprises me with Cristiano Ronaldo is the fact that he doesn't like celebrating other people's goal. It doesn't matter how the goal comes, he just does not celebrate other people's goal. Sometimes he even frown his face when other people score goals. And I saw that in the previous game that they played against Brighton and Hove, where he made a run and his fellow countryman Bruno Fernandes scored the goal, and you could see his reaction. He was angry. I was like, okay, who cares? The most important thing is the team win. The team is more important than any of the individual. It doesn't matter whether you are 6-time, 5-time, or whatever time Ballon d'Or winner. That's for your own personal glory. And Arsenal won their game against who's their opponent again that they played against now? Forgotten who Arsenal played against over the weekend. And I was there. Frank Onyeka's Brentford. It was nice anyway, but I hate the fact that Arsenal conceded a late goal in that game. But it was nice that Arsenal won against them, because when they beat Arsenal in the first game, their coach came in the coach's voice and was telling us how his tactics was so good that he neutralized the Arsenal team. I was like, okay, look at the way Arsenal pressed them like somebody that wants to kill Malu for Thanksgiving. Only that Arsenal didn't have enough prolific strikers to score, but those two young men, Emily Rose Smith and Bukayo Saka, really did well. Aubameyang is in on the goals and scored his first brace for FC Barcelona, scored his first goal for FC Barcelona. Seemed to be happy again, and there's this thing about Aubameyang: when he's happy, he scores. So let him continue to score. I'm wishing very well, but I'm also very happy that Arteta was bold enough to let him go, because if you look at the Arsenal project, that decision is one of the great one that you will remember Arteta for. Coaches are not remembered for those small decisions that they take when you let Guendouzi or Herrera go. That's easy. Coaches are always going to be remembered. If you look at Alex Ferguson in his checkered history as a coach, what you remember is how he let David Beckham go, Cristiano Ronaldo sold for 80 million, Jaap Stam, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Roy Keane. Those are the moments that you always remember. So it's the same thing with Arteta. It might be a small coach today, but I've seen him win in every time he's gone against the norm, taking the big decisions. So I'm very, very happy and proud of Mikel Arteta and how he's going gradually. Now let's go further down the road and see. Formula One is coming back, and Mercedes have decided that, look, this time around they are going to go narrow. Okay, so they reduced the size of their vehicle, and they brought back the silver color, back to the car, and Lewis Hamilton will have a new teammate this time around. So a whole lot is going to go down when the race starts. This time, I think it's about 22 or 24 races that we're going to have this year. We'll see how it goes. I'm still rooting for Lewis Hamilton, and I thought that he was robbed in Abu Dhabi. There's nothing anybody's going to convince me. That's not to take anything away from Max Verstappen, because Max Verstappen had a great season. But then the comeback of Lewis Hamilton was an incredible one. I thought that he did enough to win the season and his 8th title last season. But hey, these guys wanted something, a cinema finish. These guys wanted drama. They wanted the drama to continue. They wanted to create a rivalry. They don't want a one-man rally. I understand that. But then, again, we must stay the way we and enjoy it. This new season is something going to be nice. I hope that I'm able to go and attend at least one of the races. I would love to go to the Yas Marina in Dubai, or probably go to the one in Singapore, any one of them. But we'll look forward to it and look at my schedule, how open it is. If it is possible, I'll go. But I know that I have a very tight and busy schedule for this year. But I just hope to go see one Formula One race, just one, and I'm fine. Other than that, let's talk about the Italian league. All of a sudden, that league is beginning to look like the league to look for. In Germany, I think Bayern have that one wrapped already, even though their form is not encouraging. But just the fact that they won against their opponent 4-1 this weekend was nice to see. But not just that. Remember, the last week they lost to Become by 4-2 as well. So either ways, they are huffing and puffing, but they've created enough gap between them and the chasing pack that you can just sit back and say, okay, this one is good. Sevilla, with one man down, drew 1-1 with Espanyol, but Barcelona, showed that they are in for a fight. It's not much of Barcelona being in great form. Yeah, even though in their last 5 games they've not lost, but it is a whole lot to do with Atletico Madrid not being consistent. Played 5 in their last 5 games, won 3 and lost 2. Barcelona have played 5, drawn 2 and won 3. Real Madrid, there's really no team that is all up in the top form in Spain. Real Madrid are back to winning ways, so they've kept that 6-point gap between them and Sevilla, who couldn't win. Surprise, Real Betis are in 3rd position in the La Liga. And then you have Barcelona in 4th position, joined 42 points with Atletico Madrid, but goal difference has kept them in that position. So let's see how they go eventually to the end of the season. Who's going to make it to the top 4 and who's going to be knocked out? Talking about the top 4, there is no top 4 race that have been as crucial as the one we have in England. All of a sudden, the title race have been opened. Okay, a player that 7 months ago we thought would sign for Manchester City from Tottenham Hotspur turned out to become the player that have destroyed all of Pep Guardiola's hard work and effort. I mean, Pep Guardiola have not lost in the league in 15 or so games, and then all of a sudden they were beaten very, very terribly. When Mahrez scored that penalty, I thought that Man City have done enough to pick a point there, and it would have been good for them. But then the way Amana they considered that third goal was very, very silly. It's on Man City like they went to sleep. They were just not in the races. But in this time that Man City was stumbling, let's not forget that 4 games ago they drew. In this time that they were struggling, Liverpool have gone 15 games without losing in all competitions. So there's a different trend. We thought that this January and February, the African Nations Cup period, will be the time where your club team will struggle. But they've come out to be tough. And you know how it is. When you are sensing blood like this, like Shaq, it just changes the tide of the race. So the title race is not open. My smart money is still on Man City to win it. I don't think that Man City will go on losing, consecutively like this, but they really need to find their mojo to re-energize themselves. I thought that Bernardo Silva was not in the game against Spurs, and I thought that Spurs really came into the game very well. Probably Man City felt like they've lost all 3 games prior to this one, so they're going to win the game easy, but that didn't happen. They defended very well. They were solid. When they needed to do the counter-attacking, they did it well. Harry Kane was incredible. Apart from the goals he scored, he dropped deep a lot, set up Son Heung-min, and Son Heung-min know when to find him. And then Harry Kane also know when to make that burst of pace, like Lionel Messi of old, from deep in midfield into the attacking position and get the ball into the net. So everything for me, even with the disallowed goals and all that, was nice. Kulusevski was also very, very good. Bentancur as well. I think everybody put in a shift, but can they put it consistently? And then I looked at Antonio Conte's celebration, and the first thing that crossed my mind is, does he still believe that they have only 1% chance of making it into the top 4? Would that 1% chance be good enough for them? They still got 3 games in hand on Manchester City, but they've played the same amount of games with Arsenal, 23 games. They've got 3 games in hand against West Ham, 3 games in hand against Manchester United, who are comfortably in 4th position for the 6 point right now. Out of 26 games played, 13 won, 7 drawn, and 6 lost. But then you look at Liverpool have lost 2 games, but then they draw 6. So their biggest problem is the games that they've drawn. Man City, on the other hand, they've played 26, 120, that's 30-point guarantee. That's 60. What am I saying? 20 times 3, 60-point guaranteed, and then they've drawn 3. That's what makes them 63. But then they've also lost 3 games, and those 3 losses is why people are thinking that the title race is open. But we shall see how it goes. Liverpool off and puff. Statistics from that game show that Lukaku in 90 minutes touched the ball only 6 times or so, and in the first half touched the ball only twice, and in the opponent half. And the funny thing is, the first touch was when he made the kickoff and then touched it 1 time again and off. It's for a player that is almost £100 million. I don't know, but I've always said this thing. Maybe Precious Omosu will not agree with me, but I've always said that 2 signings that 2 clubs made this past summer that is useless is Cristiano Ronaldo to Manchester United and Lukaku to Chelsea. And I don't think they've proved me wrong anyway. Both of them are in 3rd and 4th, and there's a possibility. Talk about the devil and the shoes. Oh my God, Precious Omosu, what's this thing with you? Hello, Precious. Good morning. How were you listening to me?
Sorry, I didn't get it.
Were you listening to me? Because I just mentioned your name.
There is no way with all of this drama that happened over the weekend.
I wasn't tuned into the show with so much expectation this morning.
All right, let's hear from you, bro.
I had the guy locked in from the tour of the show, and obviously there is no how. I really do hope that nothing official takes my attention away from the show tomorrow. I'm looking forward to the education.
All right, thank you.
Especially with the Ethiopia situation.
That is pissing me seriously, but I mean, we'll talk about it finally tomorrow and lay it to bed.
Yeah. So first of all, congratulations on Aubameyang. When it's really for him, like you said, he scores goals and he just did what he. The beautiful thing about the goals that he scored, there was really nothing so spectacular about the goals. It was about his position.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for a player who in his early years and depended a lot on his speed. I was very, very happy if I scored goals due to positioning and not necessarily because of athleticism.
But I think the reason for that is he moved from a team that does not really control the tempo of the game to a team that is most likely going to control the tempo of the game. So he would need to run less, just like what Cristiano Ronaldo started doing at the later part of his career. He would need to run less and depend on the fact that if I don't drop deep backward, there are players there that can fight for us. Even though Barcelona is not the real deal yet, there are players that will fight for us. And then who knows how to use the ball better than the likes of Partey's, Granit Xhaka, and Odegaard when he was playing with Aubameyang and the rest of them. So it works well for him. And I'm surprised that people think that because he's scoring, it means that Arteta made a mistake. I don't think Arteta made a mistake anyway. That's my opinion. But I'm happy for him that he's scoring. But I'm also very proud that Arteta was able to make that decision.
Yeah, very, very interesting for me. The second thing I want to talk about is regarding game and sports. Yeah, quite a lot of the time, people talk about how Pep Guardiola improves players, but not so much we talk about the man everybody loves to hate, Jose Mourinho. The man Harry Kane over the weekend didn't play at the number 9. He played at a close 9. Similar to the same tactic Conte used back then against Manchester City several times. Apart from the game where he featured Diego Costa, Chelsea won 3-1, he has tried to use Eden Hazard at a false 9 at several times against City. And then in this particular game, the Hurricane we saw was not a number 9.
No.
That was a false 9 tactic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we saw Hurricane, he treated us to a passing clinic. He was thinking passes with his left hand, with his right, with precision. I mean, look at the presence of mind to pick out you a song. That's what the coach would have been proud of. That's the pass. That's the passes that would have really have been proud of. See a sense, make those type of passes is absolutely beautiful. Especially when you guys think this. No,
it's not. I think it's not even properly rated. That's the way I see it. Like it's not rated the way it should because of the consistency that is put on the plate since he burst into the scene.
True. Yeah. So talking about the point I was making, if you follow the trajectory of the game, you'll notice that from 2015, I think it's 2015, for 2015, 2017, 2018, 2, 2019, 4, 2022, and then it started hosting Mourinho aiming to score and started to actively work on the Hurricane human partnership in order to recreate what he had in Frank Lampard and Didier Drogba. And then that season came ended with double digits in terms of assists. 14 assists, a record high for him. I think that things may not have worked out well eventually for Jose Mourinho, scored the way he would have loved to, but you cannot argue that he left some decent imprint on this Tottenham Hotspur side. If nothing else, you can look at the human front partnership with Hurricane. And if Spurs can build on that, then that's a very, very good foundation for them to move on going forward. Unfortunately, I think that in the summer, 200 million pounds may be too much for Spurs to turn down. Because the performance that Hurricane put in that game was basically showcasing the places of the city bosses that basically what the city you put up to Spurs before was not enough. Increase the hit to 200 million pounds and let's see if that levy will turn out opportunity. It will not be a problem for me playing in Pep Guardiola system. I've got everything you say you want in the center forward. If you want the first 9, I can give it to you. If you want the number 9, I can give you more than what Eddie Haaland will give to you. So it will be an interesting summer for Tottenham Hotspur.
I hope it does. Erling Haaland, that's pushing the button too far anyway. But thank you very much. I thought you would talk about Drogba. Lukaku and Chelsea.
Yeah, once again,
your man is not delivering. No. I think my argument is stopping your argument right now.
Yeah, I'm let your eyes my tail between my legs, and I'll be very, very awful. You saw this coming. 7 touches with one of whose was to kick off the game is absolutely a big smart for a footballer. Not just a center forward, it is a big smart. I think at this point in time, Lukaku should look at himself in the mirror. He's the one feeling Chelsea. I won't say Chelsea made a mistake signing him. I think he is in mistake himself right now. There comes a time in your life when you need to stop blaming everybody for the every unfortunate situation you find yourself in. Take a good look at yourself. If a person is sick, every food you give to him will not taste very good. No matter who prepares that food. I think Lukaku needs to look at himself. He's the one playing Chelsea. You can't be bought for 100 million and be playing like Chicharito.
Chicharito is even better. Chicharito is way better. I think a player like Francis Jeffers or Yaya Sanogo right now. For once, I would even pick Nicolas Pepe ahead of him right now.
I read this statement on the last Chelsea forum, and I said, Thomas Tuchel needs to drop the formula your family and start Timo Werner. I would rather watch Timo Werner make 2 or 3 good chances and create another pound for his team due to his hard work and his constant movement than watch a tree leave the attack already.
Did I not tell you that it's a tree? You said he had movement. I was like, are you seeing what I am seeing? This guy is an elephant. He's a static striker. That's the word I use. He's too static for a striker.
Over the weekend at Taylor's Park, it was windy. And I know that when it's windy, the trees that it move their branches.
This one.
It was moving on top of it. It was terrible to watch. And I hope that the coach has the guts to dump him on the bench in the game against Liga. For the guy who is a big number, he doesn't even win ever. Playing one of the ball. He had more thumbs up than off the ball run on the pitch. It's terrible.
All right, Precious, I need to let you go. I know how you feel about Lukaku and Chelsea, but thank you very much for taking 10 minutes off my show. You're going to pay for the airtime. Thank you very much, Precious, the professor. That's a Chelsea fan, but I don't know anybody who does football statistics better than him. Look at how he's reeling out the assist that Harry Kane had given in his career from 2015 up until now, and I never knew that. I will lie, I never knew that. I don't know where he goes to search for his numbers anyway, but it was beautiful to listen to. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, bro.
Yeah, good morning.
This is Yomi.
Hey, brother man, I'm back to Nigeria for you. How now?
I'm fine, bro.
Thanks for keeping me in company at the airport.
How was your trip, man?
It's good. You see me here. I'm here. I'm Port Harcourt.
You're making you look a bit tired.
Yes, I am tired, but the show must go on.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I think Man City, they overthink too much. I mean, sometimes overthink into selection.
I'm coming. Why is it that the only time this overthinking comes from people's mouth is when they lose a single game? Just when they lose a game, is overthinking. What was the selection he was supposed to do that he didn't do that overthinking cost him? How about saying that Tottenham Hotspur had a great game and Man City just didn't have answer to it? What's the overthinking? Please correct the things that Pep should have done that he didn't do.
You asked me a very good question. But if he had won that game, we would have praised him. the overthinking I'm talking about came from Chelsea game against them in the Champions League. He lost the final because of that. He's doing the same thing now. It will be 3 points when Liverpool beat Leeds on Tuesday. And the title race is wide open. Mine, for me, to have started that game ahead of Bernardo Silva done in the center form.
Okay, so let's talk about Bernardo Silva a bit, okay? Bernardo Silva before now is one of the most consistent players in the course of the season. That's one.
But the form has dropped.
Hold on. I'm going somewhere with this.
Okay.
Mahrez plays only in wide areas. Mahrez will not give you anything in the middle. Now, Bernardo Silva, on the other hand, will run everywhere, cover all grounds. You're saying that as a coach, thank God you're not a coach, but you're a very good salesman. But thank God you're not a coach. You're saying that as a coach, because the form of a player who can cover grounds everywhere, both in midfield, and for a team that plays predominantly with ball carriers and midfield player, you would rather play a wide man instead of that guy because it's had maybe one half match that is poor. Is that what makes him overthink? And let's not forget that Mahrez also came into that game. Listen, football, the day it wants to go wrong, it will go wrong. They played against Southampton and drew. Southampton O level. I don't think it's overthinking. The team with the least defeat in the Premier League this season, before that game, is Man City and Liverpool. They both lost 2 games. The team with the least draw this season in the Premier League is Arsenal and Man City. Both have drawn 3 games this season. Yes, and then Tottenham Hotspur. So then you also add Aston Villa to that. If you look carefully, you now go to the win percentage. Man City have won 20 games. Man City have also gone 14 games without defeat. I don't buy this overthinking. I think, and this is one of the places where me and you always get into argument. Most times, I think a lot of people don't use their own mind to look at game. Oh, overthinking is why they lost the Champions League final. Let me break it down to you because people always say some things without tracking back. You are a coach. You've played with 2 defensive midfielders against Thomas Tuchel. You lost. You played with 1 defensive midfielder against him. You lost. Now you're going into the finals. You look at it, you say, you know what? Let me play without a defensive midfielder because these guys, what they do is they sit back and hit me on the counter. If I get one more body pressing them, they might not even be able to hit me on the counter. But then you lose again. And people now say it's overthinking. When he lost the first time, it wasn't overthinking. He lost the second time, it wasn't overthinking. He didn't lose the Champions League finals because he overthink or he overthinked this team. That's just a cliche word that people who don't know football just come out to use. He lost the finals because on the day, Chelsea did everything right. In 1999, when Manchester United without Scholes and Roy Keane played in that finals against Bayern Munich, and Christian Janka was wasting all the chances that Bayern Munich have, and then Manchester United ended up winning the game. They say that Silas Ferguson was a magician. It wasn't a magician. It was just their day. When it's your day, even the opponent will start doing rubbish. You know that thing they say, if God is on your side, even the devil will be your campaign manager. That's exactly what happens. I hate it when people wait for just one Man City defeat to find all of the fault of Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola is not going to go the entire season unbeaten. And, you know, the funny thing is, we are quick to say 3-point gap means, and it's 6 points because Liverpool have not won their standing game, but means that he will lose the title. Are we not to say that the gap between Chelsea and the team in 5th means, with the way Chelsea is playing, means that Chelsea will not make the top 4? We can't say that, but we're quick because it is Pep. We have this expectation that Pep Guardiola should go the season unbeaten, should not lose a game, should not drop a single point. That's not football. Football doesn't work like that. You would win some, you will lose some, you will draw some. But overall, for as long as it's a league, win enough to make you win the title. In the last couple of seasons, Pep Guardiola and Man City have won more titles than any other team. Even the Jose Mourinho that used to give us 3 fingers in the air, Pep Guardiola have already matched that one already. So I think we're being too overcritical of Pep Guardiola because if other coaches does the same thing and their team does the same thing, we don't think that they are overthinking. But what's this Pep Guardiola? They are overthinking. They spend too much money. I don't think it makes sense. That's my opinion anyway. But I'm sorry if you don't agree.
Well, I mean, this is what I see, and I say
Because what you're saying is you're not even talking from this game. You're going back to Champions League. Do you know when they played Champions League finals? Last year. That's where you're drawing your conclusion from. And this guy, the antecedent does not connect. The antecedent does not connect at all. It does not relate. The managers you're talking about was brought into this game now. They drew. See, let me tell you how football is. Because I've been on two sides of the divide. I've been a player and I've been a coach. Once those players cross that white line into the field, there's little you can do as a coach. And let's not forget, the players that he played, every player there was quality. Right? They didn't lose the game because Bernardo Silva was on the field. They lost the game because these players, as big and as good as they are, they got exhausted. And when the game was 2-2, they thought the game was over. Tottenham Hotspur practically strolled through them and go and score that goal. There's nothing a coach can do about that. That's on the players. Blaming the coach is just you going cliche. Like I always say, think for yourself. Don't say what people are saying, what you heard people say. And you know all these people who listen to like 50 radio shows before the day runs out. That's the unanimous conversation now around the circle of media. So what's overthinking? What is even overthinking in football? Oh God. Sometimes I get sick to the pit of my stomach. What's overthinking? That you select a player that is in your team. That's what you said rush you go. Any other coach will make Nigeria play well. We play well, we got knocked out in round of 16. The same round that was not doing well got to semi-finals. Hello. What would you have preferred? What would you have preferred now? Would you have preferred us to get knocked out in the round of 16 or get to the semi-finals?
I don't buy the idea of us getting into the final. This is not our best, right? But the way I said
It's stuttering now.
the way I said standard there, me, I know they took myself for the final.
You didn't look yourself for where? So where you put yourself? But you need to get to the semi-final before you win it. You want to win, there is a benchmark. No, there is no third place all the time. You need to get to semi-final before you get to finals. The thing about getting semi-finals is guaranteed position.
If they come to Nigeria now, stories become.
Okay. I agree. Then you find the best for the coach now, since you know that one. Oh, no wahala. What could live for other people. And let me take some comments across the line. And I was talking about the Italian Serie A, but before I finish, let's look at the relegation side of the Premier League. Newcastle United drew, so it means that the back door is sort of open with Emmanuel Dennis scoring that goal against Aston Villa for them to win 1-0, and that brought them within 4 points of Newcastle United. But I'm not afraid for Newcastle. Like I've said before, and I will say again, when push comes to shove, the English people would rig the league to make sure Newcastle does not get relegated. Not like they like Newcastle United, but because that money will be very, very good. Don't forget that when they get relegated, the salaries will be cut automatically to safeguard the club, and then the taxes will reduce. The British government would prefer to have that heavy taxes that Newcastle will be paying for the new players that they will sign than having Watford or Everton survive. So two teams are going to suffer if they are not careful. Newcastle is going to leapfrog Leeds United and Everton and probably Brentford at the end of the day if they are not careful. So Newcastle would survive. There's a possibility that Everton might get relegated. There's a possibility that Leeds United might get relegated. There's also the possibility that Brentford, where push comes to shove, might also get relegated. I'm not saying that they would. Remember, the underlying word here is might. They might all get relegated. But Newcastle definitely, who are in 17th, and it's crazy that I'm saying this, might end up this season in between 13th, 12th, and 11th, if not even 10th position at the end of the season. Well, that's my take on what my good and in the English Premier League. If you have a contrary view, I am listening. But then there was nothing sweeter than watching Nigeria's own whiz dribbler. Now, that's the way I will call him. Take on Paris Saint-Germain the way he did, and that tore Paris Saint-Germain apart. I agree that the position that they have taken in the league table is so good. It's so good. And let's not forget, in the 4th minute, he created a goal for Kolo Muani. I'm talking about Moses Simon, but that's not just the thing. It's the fact that he was a terrorist in the defense of the opposition. But you look at the chasing pack and you say to yourself, it is water run dry. It's too far. The gap is too big. And Paris Saint-Germain have already reached 59 points. Marseille, who are in second, and 46 points. That's 13 points behind. So nothing can happen again. But the way they're going, I hope that the demons of Mauricio Pochettino don't come and then the end of the season without winning the league title. It can't be a disgrace. Let's not forget that last season they lost the league title. If that happens again, it's gonna be crazy. I'm not praying for it to happen. I'm just saying, I'm just mentioning. But now let's look at the Italian Serie A, where we all have to ask ourselves who's going to win this. Is the title? What's the chances of the title going to Napoli? If they win the game in hand that they have, they'll go to 56 points. They just will be second on goals difference. If Inter Milan win their game in hand, they go to 57 points, 1 point over AC Milan. But currently AC Milan are top. Juventus, I don't think they can overhaul anybody. They should just do everything they can to maintain that fourth position. If they're not careful, Atlanta or Lazio might take it from there. But what do you have to say? Who would you prefer? And I know that Nigerians will say Napoli because of Osimhen. But take Osimhen out of the equation. Who would you prefer to win the Italian Serie A? Who do you think has deserved it? And let me play it out for you. Luciano Spalletti, the coach of Napoli, have been able to wield a very small squad together and focus their mind, arrow their mind on the league title. But then they were undone by some terrible injuries, starting with the Osimhen injury, and then Lozano, and then Insignia somewhere, Dres Mertens, and Zelinski. For Inter Milan, they have a very big squad, but then Simeone Inzaghi came in to a squad that had lost Lukaku, Antonio Conte, Hakimi Ashraf, and a few other players, and it seems like the defending champion would not be able to defend. The Eagles have been, their feathers, their wings have been clipped, and they cannot do anything. But then the Gallarozzi have shown that they can do something. AC Milan, on the other hand, is a very fragile team. Okay, last season they should have won the title, but then that Inter Milan versus AC Milan battle where Lukaku and Zlatan Ibrahimovic had their own spat, and thereafter Zlatan got injured, the team lost its mojo. Now they are back again to win it. This is over 10 years, the last time AC Milan won the league title. Looking at these three teams, who do you think would you like to see win the league title? The most consistent team in the last 5 games in the entire Italian Serie A has to be Napoli. They've won 4 and drawn 1, and the drawn game was against Inter Milan. Inter Milan in the last 5 games have won only 1, drawn 2, lost 2. AC Milan in the last 5 games have drawn 2, won 2, and lost 1. So who would you, in your own right, want to see win the Italian Serie A? So I've not taken any comment from Instagram, Facebook, anywhere, but let me try and see. Monik said many players, right, broke. Same thing with Babayaro that year, okay? And he went on to say Femi Pabumi is also very broke. And then he went on to say some London footballers drive bus so after they retire. I beg, let me tell them, my brother. He said Babayaro and Pabumi too was broke. So let's not even make it just about one guy. So that green Camry, okay, that's my Camry that year. Okay, always on point. Sports preacher. Thank you very much, my brother. Sports preacher. That's a new one. I didn't know I was a preacher anyway. Okai Baye said it's a hat trick for Oba. He made a contact with the ball. That doesn't make it a hat trick. If he was a position player, would you call it an own goal? I don't think it's a hat trick. I wouldn't give him that. In my opinion, it's 2 goals. Okay. Stepmanik said in USA 94. Also, when Yakini scored, some players did not celebrate. Really? I can't remember. I think I've watched that clip many times. Nigerians were very happy. We scored that goal. That was our first World Cup. But I don't think there was a player who did not celebrate there. That was just what the press fed you people. But let's go back and watch the clip. I saw it recently. We're doing that Amokashi video on athletes, and I don't see that thing that they're saying. But I've watched that clip many times. I don't think it was so. Sunday said, Elegbete Matthew Edafi, well done. Okay, my name is Edafi Matthew. Elegbete is just the title. Okay, Sunday said, Harry Kane surprised Pep Guardiola, yeah. And then Yamiti, who's held the phone for a very long time, had this to say. Say good morning, bros. How was your trip? I think Pep and sometimes okay. That's what you said that before, so I can move past that now and get on. I think Pep always find it difficult to win teams who are good at playing three at the back, just like the way we lost to Chelsea last season. I think I can take that one. I can take that one because it worked very well because they become five when they are defending, and then there's a double pad line in front of them. All of those pocket of spaces that Man City normally like to operate from were the places that Tottenham Hotspur blocked. They defended very well yesterday, and I appreciate that. They said, I want Milan to win the title, but I think Inter will win it. Okay, that's very good coming from Matositensis. All right, thank you very much. That's on Instagram. Let me go to Facebook and YouTube and see what you guys are pouring out there. There's comments and we'll read all of them. Whoa, it's a lot. Okay, Martin Chiloze just raised his hand up. Unjoku Bright Joey said, well done. Ian Samuel Osin, he said, when playing an active career, invest, build bridges that can help you in the future. Just the opportunity of playing a professional career abroad or for the national team is a massive platform we have refused to leverage on. Thank you very much. That's the word. The action word there is leverage. Players don't know how to leverage, and most of our players have very, very disgusting attitude anyway. Even the players, the people that they are carrying around themselves right now are people who can arrange women for them, who can do something. But I also give credit to this generation of players. The Emmanuel Kid, your Joe Gallows, and the rest of them, they really invested. Ahmed Musa, they really invested. But you see, the thing is, I just hope that they continue to do it, and some of the players learn from them, because these guys, if they don't, people will laugh them over. I mean, I'm not seeing players that are difficult like this generation of players. Yeah, their level of rude insolence is beyond compare. So I just pray that they invest this money very well and they live a very good life. And then, I mean, they don't have any excuse, because in their time, the money I've to them playing football is so much that they don't even have any excuse. If somebody working in the bank who is any 150 can live a good life, why not them? Angus Morris Eribo, he said the British media closed everything possible to taunt Arsenal. Aubameyang is no longer Arsenal's business. We wish him well. Thank you very much. HRH, where have you been? He said, good morning, SA. I think you and some Chelsea fans are too hard on Lukaku. No, I am not too hard on Lukaku. Lukaku is a waste of money. You don't spend £100 million on such a player. So he touched the ball 7 times in 90 minutes. Guy, what is being too hard? I'm not being too hard on him. The guy is useless. A striker 7 times. If an Arsenal player now, I'm switching on top. Which be we're being too hard on him. You not play football well. You not do anything. How many goals has he scored this season? You can't tell me that Chelsea is not an attacking team. You can't tell me that Chelsea is not a forward playing team, or you can't tell me that Thomas Tuchel plays a defensive football. He's got everything for him. He's got wide players that are running. He's got crosses that comes in. As big as he is, he can't score with his head. As big as he is, he can't even hold up play and cause problem for the position. Come on, please. Arsenal said that can't attack. You have a player, Emily Rose Smith, has scored 10 goals in our competition. What's that? I say Lukaku just won Chelsea. No, he did not win the World Club Championship for them. So somebody has scored the penalty. That's the goal that won it for them. I think Lukaku is not getting the services he needs to strive at Chelsea at the moment. Okay, service provider, go and give him good service. Player is not good enough. Make plenty excuses. Well, let me come to YouTube, my wonderful people. Johnny Gabon said, good morning, Edafe. Hope you and the listeners have a smashing week. Yes. Matthew Akambi said, good morning, boss. It's so pathetic that most sportsmen don't plan after their career. I think they should partner with good investment companies that are well registered. Daddy by Yano JP said, good morning, Edafe. You're really good. You're really doing good. Great. From Roman City. Jerry Sampson, he said, good morning, boss. Anthony Becker, the Muslims, blessing the Kabari tweet in response to WADA. Anthony really messed up. That's unprofessional for journalists in Nigeria. I took it out with me. That's the stupidest thing anybody would do. But I mean, sometimes some people will tell you that they are right in their way. So he had his ground, and there's nothing I can say about it. Somebody was banned, and the person decided, I'm going to court, and then you're slamming the person. It's only in Nigeria that this type of things happen. The reason why this person is going to court is because she knows that she didn't dope. She was sure. If she doped, she won't be doing that. And listen, people who doesn't even understand the way sports work, 9 times out of 10, the things that an athlete puts on their body are not done by them. So if they come and you know that you didn't dope, you have the right to fight for it. I don't understand what Tony was driving at. Probably, I spoke to Blessing Okagbari, and Blessing said Tony called for an interview, and she said she wasn't going to do an interview. She wasn't ready to talk, which should be respected. And all of a sudden, it became an opportunity to buy. But you could see that comment, that tweet. You know that there's some bitterness to it because I mean, come on, what's with the talk of Greg and the rest of them? Well, that is life anyway. Matthew Akambe said Arsenal should go for a striker at their prime, like 23 to 26. I agree with you on that one too. And then he went on. I said, please, bros, can we continue via your WhatsApp? Yes, if you have my number. Johnny Gaffa said, when Nigerians have no other argument, we start hearing it's not our birthright. Yomi, there's a bullet for you here. Come and see. He said, I would prefer AC Milan to take the Serie A, but for Nigeria's sake, I want Napoli. I like that. Uchechuku Iriogu, he said AC Milan or Korode Timothy said that. What do you think about Shala's injury? I'm sad. I'm really sad. That's what I think. I'm sad. It's painful. I love this girl. I don't like the injuries. They're just coming and coming and coming. It's sad. It's painful. But hey, if you play football, I mean, I'm a victim of injury myself. If you play football, you know that injury is part of the game. There's nothing you can do about that one. There's actually nothing you can do. Correct Timothy said, what can you say about Blessing Okagbari's ban again? Hope her career has not been so. Her career is over. Okay, it's a legacy that she's fighting for. Her career is over, obviously, but she's fighting for a legacy. So, I mean, there's nothing I'm going to say about Okagbari that anybody's going to listen to me. She's my sister. So, come on, what am I supposed to say? But she's fighting for a name. She's fighting for a name, and I'm with her 100%. Okay, I think she's a victim of a very big conspiracy that is going on. So look at it from this angle. IAAF didn't ban her. The right people, the IOC didn't ban her. It took AIU to ban her, first of all. That's all. Secondly, she doesn't have a history of doping. They've done the pathological test on her previous samples. She doesn't have a single history of doping. So to just come in and get this, and then they said she was not cooperating. That was why they put in the additional 5 years. Now ask yourself what the question. What was she was not cooperating? They asked her. So when the FBI interrogated her, they asked her to implicate people that just like I don't even know these guys if they are doing dope or not, if they are carrying drugs, because I don't do drugs, so I can't know them. It takes one to know another. And they said she should say it. They'll give her a 1 year ban, provincial ban, and then we lift her. She said no. You see, those kind of things, because she's not a snitch. Now, one, lessons from a country where the federation, the government, the people will not stand for her. So it's easy to do the things that they are doing. And like I said, I hate to talk about Blessing because people are like, she's your sister and she can never go wrong in your eyes. So there is no need for me to talk about it. I always tell her, I say, Blessing, I can't talk about your matter. And it's very sad. I can't talk about your matter. But one day I will give you, we'll sit down and we'll have the conversation about everything that is going on. That's one thing I can promise you all. You will hear from Blessings. All of the questions that you want to ask will be answered when the time comes. But let's go through, let her exhaust all of the court process, all of the right due process, and then we'll come out. But one thing I can tell you, Blessing is not a doping artist. I put my neck on the line for that one. Blessing did not do dope. What is going on here is a conspiracy that is beyond compare. But hey, life goes on. We will see at the end of the road. That's just the way I'll put it. And then there's a few comments coming in from WhatsApp and the rest of them. And one is the one that I love. He said the level of misinformation and entitlement is disturbing. This is coming from Peter, one of them. He said in Nigeria, the way people blow things out of proportion here, you would think Nigerians are the first people on earth to experience a misfortune. Yes, a former Inter Milan and Turkey legend, Akasuko, is now an Uber driver in the United States of America. The former Blackburn Rovers Inter Galatasaray striker retired from football in 2008 after a 10th stint with the Istanbul-based club where he is a club legend. Okay, remember he took his club, his national team to the 2002 World Cup. Is it semi-finals? If I'm not mistaken, they knocked Senegal out now. Okay, would have loved Napoli to win the league because of Osimhen signing and buzz around him, but I think Inter will win the league. One of the Peter. Thank you very much for that one. And coming from Dede, yes, Mr. Apollo B. He said, good morning, Edafe. Do you think that the owner of Young Shagro started as a mechanic? Okay. Do you know that the owner of Young Shagro Motors started as a mechanic? to being a driver before owning so many luxurious buses. So who told us that being a bus driver is a bad business? This, thank you very much, sir. This just settled the whole score and of the matter. This is where, when they say you drop your mic, nothing to add again, no caps, nothing to add again. This is it. We live in a country where we don't encourage process. I remember some time ago, somebody asked me when we were doing the 2018 Lagos State FA Cup. Somebody saw me at the Surrey Teslim Balogun Stadium. He said, it has you big reach for media now to come cover grassroots to the cover. And I look at the guy, and it didn't make sense to me, so I didn't respond. I didn't glorify him with the response. But my point is, 2018, this is 2022 now. I'm producing a documentary for Netflix and Amazon Prime on the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But if I didn't go through covering the Lagos State FA Cup, going through the eye of the lens and seeing those clips, I will not be doing what I'm doing right now. Nigerians don't want you to go through the process. But the same Nigerians who complain and say people are committing rituals, this one do. You put pressure on people to live a life that they don't have, that they don't belong. You don't want people to go through the process. Thank you very much, Mr. Paulo B, for that very beautiful education, because that's for me, an information is not just a comment. Thank you for that information that you just given. Good. This is coming from Timothy Dynamo. Say good morning, ELEGBETE1. I've seen people say Lukaku isn't having so much impact because of Tuchel's style. What do you think? Because I don't want to believe that's the issue. The way Lukaku goes into the box and just expect the ball isn't just it for me. You can't be having 7 touches in a game where your club dominated play all through the game. You've already given the answer. I don't think there's anything I can add again. Peter wanted to say, even Koshari started as a mechanic, when I see where he is today. So the process of growth is a process that you have to start from the bottom and grow, like Drake who says, starting from the bottom. Now we're here. People grow. If you see the part 1 of the what's it called? What's his name? Kanye West trilogy. It was rejected by Def Jam. It was rejected by like multiple record labels. He had to go do his single, that Jesus Walk. He had to go do it and gotten someone to do a hook for him that will give him attention. Look at Kanye West today. People go through the process. I remember I auditioned as an analyst, as a presenter, and I was told that my voice was too tiny. But then I came back and I said I want to volunteer for free. And I volunteered for years. I said years. Look at me now. So sometimes when we see this thing, let's not create this old viral conversation that because you played football, then you're supposed to be entitled to some money. No, nobody's entitled to anything. If you're broke, if you mismanage your fund and your access, because the thing about playing football, so football does not only give you money, it gives you access. It puts you in the faces of people. One, if you win Olympic gold medal, it means that even in your state, you can get as much access to your governors and the rest of them. You need to use it. You can't be isolated and be in your own and think that everything will just work for you. Oyo, he said, "Money, sir, I want to ask if Nigerian coach was watching Akinkunmi Amao." Yes, I guess he's watching. I guess so. And I hope he gets something. Yomi T said, I think Lukaku will be good when James and Chilwell comes back, bros. They put in better crosses, even though I don't like Lukaku coming back to Chelsea. Okay, whatever it is, it's time for me to pack my bags and baggages and leave this studio. Jamanas Valentine, he said, I'm a Chelsea fan. Chelsea always struggle when Lukaku starts. I don't think if we need him. It's a Patrick, Liverpool won, so Liverpool are close to the title race now, so you can afford not to even be around. He said the issue of this ex-international should not be a big deal, please. He should speak to his peers and superstars who wants to help him will help him. And as the party say, Amao didn't play yesterday. Okay, so it's on this note that we're going to pack our baggages and leave, because Peter Wonode is waving me in the hand and saying he's got some 4 minutes on the show and we've got to let him do his thing. I'm my shoot already. Thank you very much to every one of you who called in on the show. Precious Sumasu and thank you so much for those of you sending message on WhatsApp, and thanks to you guys on Instagram. You guys are the real MVP, and my family, my core. You know, my guys on YouTube. Thank you so much, and my friends on Facebook as well. You guys are incredible people. And as I leave, Oye said, bros, I've been around. Lost my phone last month. Oh, sorry, but lost my phone last month, removed the Lukaku goals, and Chelsea will not even make it to the FIFA Club World Cup finals. He scored only 1 goal in 1 game. Guy, calm down. Let's not even bring that one. Somebody give him the pass. Amaba said, I'm craving for AC Milan to win the Scudetto. It's been ages. Yes, it's been over a decade, and I hope they win it as well. You know, I'm a secret fan of AC Milan, but hey, Napoli will be good for a change for Napoli to win it. Napoli don't won the title for like 30 years plus, so it'll be good to see them win it. And don't forget, since the Premier League started, an English coach have not won the Premier League. Last time an Englishman won it was Watkinson, Howard Watkinson of Leeds United, in the last season before it went from 24 teams in the English Pro League to the English Premier League today. So this is where I leave you guys and say thank you very much. If you're not listening on www.elegbettetv.com, you obviously will be listening on the app on your Android phone, because Peter Wanada has got something in the best pidgin English way for you on the FC Sports. Good morning and have a great day. My name is Ida Fimatio. So I'm going to love to come to the Sports. Bye-bye.
When with the sports people, they are on social media. My name is Alvaro Morata. On social media. So this morning we carry out a story and I said the word of bossing. Attacker with the call Enzo Macare Nelly. Like with the Commonwealth champion and the British World champion and European champion. I think I don't come out to say